This is going to be kind of a long video, and I'm probably not going to do much editing because I want this to be as real and as personal as possible. So it's been about 9 months since I last uploaded my most recent catfish video. I was really upset when I made it. It was like the day after I found out that I was being catfished, and so I was really upset. Me and the girl stayed friends. Like, I consider her to be one of my good friends. You might think that's a little weird or whatever, but you don't know the situations of everything, and you don't really know what went on, so you can just keep those opinions to yourself and fuck off. But she's actually married now, and she's really happy, and like she's going back to school, and she's moving to Colorado. Like, her life's good, my life's good, like, we're friends. But she used her friends, like when she was catfishing me, the pictures she used were of her friend, and like he knew that, like, he was a part of it in a way where he supplied the pictures, but he, like, I don't believe I ever talked to him at all. I don't believe anything. Like, I don't even know who he is, and I don't even think he knows who I am, to an extent where I don't think she told him how far it went into, like, instead of giving me like a fake number like they were supposed to, she continued to talk to me and be like, she was still pretending to be him, and you know how catfishing goes. So she was just like, oh, like, he's out of jail now, and I need to tell him like everything that happened, and everything. And I'm like, yeah, and can I have like his info? Can I have his Instagram and stuff? And she's like, I really don't want to argue, and I really don't want to fight, and we've been really good. And I'm like, we're not going to. I really need, I need to see it. So she texts me the Instagram name, and I look at him, and everything came like rushing back. Like, I felt like I knew him. Obviously I didn't. His whole life is completely different than the life that she said. And so I've been thinking that, you know, there are side effects of being catfished, and there are side effects of like being the catfisher. So I'm gonna talk about them. At least these are for me, my personal experiences, how I feel. Comment down below, like, if you've been catfished and what your experiences are, and like if you can relate to any of these things. So I have a really hard time trusting people now. Like, even people that I meet in real life, I don't trust at all, and that sucks. And there's also, like, you're always going to be, unless they royally fuck you over, like, unless they're like out to be malicious, like, but in my case, in my personal case, she wasn't out to be malicious. She was, you know, she genuinely had feelings for me and knew that I wasn't gay. So it's a little more complicated, because I feel like I will always love the person she was like pretending to be. I mean, she was being herself, but like using her friend's picture, so I will always be in love with her friend, even though I don't have any idea who he is as him, like as himself. So to just clear things up a little bit, when I said that I would still be in love with like her friend, even though it was her personality, I genuinely love this girl like as a friend. We did try to like rekindle our relationship after the big blowout, but it just didn't work anymore, and that's private, and I don't really want to go into that. I didn't really even want to tell anyone that, but I felt like I had to explain myself a little bit better so that I didn't seem like a total and complete ass. But just to give a little bit more background information, the guy that she, like, the picture she used was her friend, right? Her friend was catfished by a girl. So to get back at people, especially, like, well, more so women, in general, they were going around messaging people, like messaging women, and once the girls asked for their like his number, they would give the rando girls the number of the girl who catfished the person's picture they were using. They were all using the same picture. It was run by 3 people. So I know it's a little bit confusing. It's hard to explain, but I did the best that I could. So that's what I mean when I say that, like, I'll be in love with his picture, because that's who I thought I was talking to for almost a year. It's really fucked up. It's all in my head. Like, unless you are a psychology major or a shrink or whatever, you probably won't understand it, and you'll probably think I'm being a dick. But it is what it is, and I just thought I should explain myself just a little bit better. So, on to the rest of the story. This problem where we, like, creep, and I creep, like, hard, because I know that he was into some things that could hurt him, and I care about him because in my head I know him. Like, it's really all psychological. It's like, oh, I totally know you. You, like, totally did this, this, and this, and he didn't. He's not the person, you know? And it makes me really sad because it's not my story to tell to him. He's not my friend. I don't know him, and she's not comfortable in telling him. So there have been times where I've written out long paragraph, like the whole thing explaining, and I was gonna send it to him, and then I realized that it's not my story to tell. It's hers, if that makes sense. It's psychologically, like, when we still talk on the phone, and because we do, I mean, we're friends, there's no romantic feelings, you know, like I said, she's married, and I'm not into girls, I'm not into girls. So when we talk, I still sometimes think that, like, this is I keep thinking that I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be a terrible, terrible dream, and everything's gonna go back to being okay, but it's not. Like, it's not a dream. Things are okay the way that they are, and I have to accept that. And when you're catfished, for as long as I was, and how intimate and everything that we got, it's difficult. And she was one of the nicer catfishes that I had. I think it was like 2 years ago. The reason why I have so many views, because I don't have that many followers, but the reason why I have so many views on my page is because this was when the Catfish TV show was still relatively new. I made my own catfish video of saying that, like, when I was from freshman to senior year in high school, I was catfished really bad, and I was really bullied by this person, yada yada yada, and it got me a lot of views. So touching back to that a little, when you're catfished for a long period of time when you're young, it really fucks you up. It really, like, I consider myself to be royally fucked up from the person that catfished me from freshman to senior year in high school. You know, everybody has body image issues, everybody has self-confidence issues, and your significant other, your friends, you're supposed to be honest, but lift the people in your life up that you care about. And this person who catfished me for all those years was very emotionally, verbally abusive and mentally abusive, and, you know, it was a girl who catfished me again. My life, right? She'd be really, really sweet, and then when I would start to, like, kind of piece things together, she would call me ugly, call me stupid, tell me to go kill myself, say that I'm worthless, gross, blah blah blah, like, you need to like change yourself, like, I don't like the way that you are, you have to be more preppy, now you have to be more emo, like that. And then on top of my home life situation was not a stable environment, and that was difficult. I think that this person really screwed me over in my head. It's why I think I feel like I'm not worthy of anything, because I've been told that by so many people, and it screws up my relationships that I've tried having, because when I feel like I did something wrong, the voice keeps saying in my head, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're worthless, like, he's not gonna love you, he's gonna find someone better than you, like, why did you think you had a chance with him? And like, that just plays in my head. It's just, an abusive relationship is abusive relationship, and it made me really weak, and then it made me really strong. I guess I didn't really have a point to this video. It was kind of just me venting little and what's been on my mind, and I've had a lot of time to think since I've had my knee surgery, which, like, a video about that's gonna go up, with some pictures and shit like that, and but I find myself just thinking about things that I shouldn't be thinking about, like, well, what if this is actually this? And it's difficult. Like, being a bully is a bully, and it's even worse when it's someone close to you, whether it's a family member, a friend, a significant other. Especially when you're so young, those years are really important for your developmental health, and that's why you should surround yourself with people who are positive, who support you, who will be honest when you ask them, hey, do I look good in this? But not mean. There's a difference between being honest and mean. Just surround yourself with people who will lift you up and who will make you the best person that you can be. Yeah, sorry this video is kind of on the sadder side of life, and I'm sorry I didn't really have a point, and it was kind of just me rambling. I have all these things that I want to say in my head before I turn on the camera, and then as soon as I do, poof, nothing. And when I write them down, I don't want to feel like I'm like reading a script, like holding it up right underneath my lens and just like reading it, because I don't feel like it's personal enough, I guess. But I guess I should probably start doing that, because I fail at life. But yeah, like, I think a lot of these feelings and thoughts have happened because I now have seen more of the man that was in the picture when my most recent catfish was catfishing me. So yeah, I love you guys, and stay strong.